2009. 2 girls, 1 trip.
Let's go on an adventure.
The Train Saga starts. We try and go and read the schedule. We try and use, they have these cool little automated touchscreen things. You can pick your language. Not helpful at all.
Not helpful. No.
Translator was broken, or whoever programmed it didn't do it right.
And also, like, so at this point, I did not speak Italian, and neither of us spoke Italian, and we didn't even bother to brush up on Italian, which was not
We
smart,
figured we were
guys.
going to be in Rome. It wasn't going to be a huge issue, and we were a little excited. We were missing some important details. Anyway,
We were
regardless,
really young at the time.
we didn't really know any Italian. All we know is it's a Romance language, and we kind of know Spanish, so we could kind of figure stuff out.
So to illustrate this point, we went
Roughly.
to a drugstore in Bologna because we needed something to drink. And at this point, we still have not.
It was blazing hot. Okay, so we were freezing to death in Ireland.
In Dublin.
And it was wicked hot in Italy.
Because it was June in Italy. It's
which
hot.
was awesome. I was happy to be warm.
I was also happy to be warm because I was so cold in Dublin. But anyways, we needed something to drink, so we go to this drugstore, and the guy is trying to tell me how much the things in my hand cost, and I am not getting it. So
I literally grabbed our money and I held a handful of coins, and he took what he wanted, and then we left.
And then we left.
And he laughed at us, which, you know, I would have laughed too.
And that kind of sums up our trip in Italy.
Right. Anyway, so we're at the train station, can't really figure out the tickets thing, but I roughly get, okay, we want to get from here to Austria. So I get tickets for us from there to Austria.
Which in hindsight, had we spoken Italian, we might have been able to get cheaper tickets.
Maybe. But so the time on my ticket wasn't matching the time on any of the signs that we were finding.
Which was disconcerting.
It was slightly disconcerting. So I find a person in a uniform who looks like they know what's going on. And I go to him and I say, these are our tickets, but I can't find out on the schedule. And he gives me the most exasperated look I've ever seen on
Like
an
literally
Italian.
an eye roll and a sigh and like,
Yeah, he eye rolled into another dimension when I asked him this. He told us to follow him in English. He said in English to follow him. We followed him into this office. He talked with these ladies, blah, 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 reprinted some tickets for us, gave them to us, and said, come with me, and started walking very briskly.
well, no, at this point he goes, okay, you get on this platform and you get on the train at 5:45. And we're like, the ticket says 7. And he's like, get on the train at 5:45. And like, that tone and everything. Like,
Yeah.
he was so
And then he's
done
like,
with us.
follow me. So we're following him towards the rail station. He points to the train car and he says, get on this train. Okay, we get on the train.
And we are dog tired. At this point, we have not slept for 3 days.
Yes, we haven't slept at all since we got into Ireland. It's really nice, actually.
It's a lovely train. I think actually in hindsight we got on a first class car because we could look back and see like all the people jammed in the car behind us.
Yeah, and there was nobody in our car.
And
with us.
there was nobody, and we had very comfortable seats. But
I was not about to move because that's where the conductor man told me to sit.
Precisely. The awesome thing though was that no one checked our tickets at all. So we just
Which
get
is
on this.
probably great, but
Yeah, we get on this train and we just sat there for a while. And at one point I dozed off and I wake up and I see a sign that says Trento, which is where we were trying to get to.
that was the train station we were going to get our train to go to Austria.
We were switching trains in Trento. I see a sign that says Trento and it's pointing the opposite direction that we're going. And I was like, oh no, I think we slept through our stop.
But I hadn't fallen asleep, so I told her, I was like, no, we're good. We had...
It turns out I had only fallen asleep for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, she
so
wasn't asleep long.
But I didn't
But
know.
anyway, so that was our second altercation. We're going the wrong way. No, we're not. Just we're all fine. We're fine. We'll be fine. So we pull into the train station at Trento, and the conductor comes and says, everybody off. Cool. So we get off of the train. We go and we look at the train board, and
There's nothing
on the train board.
And
Okay.
also, so in the town itself, the buses are not running, the taxis are not running, there's no information about places to stay. The town is shut down, and the trains are shut down.
Well, we find out later. The train station, the train company, whatever that is, down in Italy,
Trenitalia, I think it
was having a strike. And the conductor had put us on the train we were on to get into Trento because it was the last train that was going to be running, possibly for a couple of days.
At the time, we thought he was super duper grumpy, but he actually did us a really huge favor. So
He
thank you,
really
train guy.
did.
I appreciate you.
I don't know who you are, but appreciate that.
So we get into Trento, and we're like, well, and it's already dark by this time, so we're like, well, we're not just gonna go walking around in the dark. And we gotta wait for a train anyway.
Well,
and
here's
we don't
the
know
thing.
when it's coming.
So, again, I'm like, let's find some uniformed people because that seemed to work out well for us last time. So I go and I find them. They're just the train security. We ask, where's the trains? And they said, oh, they're gonna come in the morning.
When they asked us, they're like, are you waiting for a train? And we're like, yep. And they're like, okay, good night. And we were like,
After we asked them, they said, trains will come in the morning. And they said, that's what you're waiting for?
And
I said, yeah.
I think there was a train coming at like 3 o'clock because if there there was because
there was supposed to be, but it didn't stop.
Anyways, if there hadn't been a train coming at some point during the night, they would have closed the train station and kicked us out. So it ended up being a really good thing.
No, I don't think they would have because remember those 3 bros stumbled in anyway.
They were just on the platform though, but the regular train station would have closed. Anyways, we end up sleeping in this train station, and at this point,
train station.
We'll get to that in a second. But at this point, I'm just like, I told my sister, I'm like, there is no way we are falling asleep in this train station, because and I was a little bit freaking out. We're in a place that we've never been before, where there's people all around, and we have no idea when the train is actually coming. And I was just like, no. We are staying away.
To preface this though, like, she was worried mainly about our defense because we are 2 young, white, naive girls traveling in Europe, and you hear all those stories, and like I said, the movie Taken had just come out. So there was legitimate fears to be had and things to be taken care of. I had this big metal water bottle, which somehow they let me take on the plane.
I was like eyeing the trash can, and
there was trash cans, and these are kind of bolted. So I mean, very crude weapons. But I was thinking to myself, we are not undefended.
Well, and
we have a way to protect ourselves.
My thinking was not that we can't defend ourselves, because I'm like, I have no problem. We're kind of brutish chicks. I have no problem taking somebody down. I just want to be awake to make sure that I'm there when it happens. You know what I mean? So I wanted to be aware.
I was not having this issue because I was tired. I was very tired. It'd been a little bit stressful, and I was trying to
This is going on like 72 hours or something.
Yeah, and I've been trying to calm Christina down because I'm the older sister, and I'm trying to reassure her, and she is just not having it. She will not be reassured by me because I'm the one who screwed things up in the first place.
Yeah,
we get into that later, but
anyways.
But she was not having it, and I was very close to being done trying to console her. But
so anyways, at like, what was it, like 4 in the morning or something like that?
It was 3 in the morning.
3 or 4 in the morning, something like that. We start hearing this sound. So we start hearing this sound, and I kid you not, it was the sound of somebody retching, and we could hear it. And so
and there was like a clanging noise that we couldn't find.
So we thought it was in the kitchen, and we were like, man, the cook is having a problem.
Well, and so we went kind of into the cafe because we could get into everywhere in this office. We even walked into the police station area. The little officer
nothing
station.
was on. Like, everything was off. But,
Yeah.
but so, nobody's in the cafe, nobody's in the kitchen. So we're like, well, maybe somebody's in the bathroom. So we head over there. Nobody is in the bathroom.
We went into both, men and women, because it was just us in the train station. So we went in both, and we could hear this sound everywhere we went.
In the train station. We went under the platforms to get onto the other side. We could hear it on the other side of the platform.
So we're like, well, maybe it's just this weird acoustic thing, and they're actually out front, outside. So we walk out the front doors. It is black as pitch.
Nobody's under.
It is black as pitch. There's the lights at the station, but you can't see anything beyond it. It was like being in a horror movie, kind of. I expected zombies to waddle out or something. But anyway.
So this sound persisted until the sun came up at 5 in the morning. Honestly.
And then this just went away.
It just went away.
And this was before a train came or before people came, so... Yeah, haunted train station in
Haunted train station. If you have to spend the night in Trento, I would not recommend staying in the train station, just in case.
There is actually legitimately so. You walk out front of the train station, there's actually a park. And across the park is a hotel.
But we didn't know this at the time.
Idea.
And we didn't
They were very nice to let us go in and charge the phone.
Oh, that was the other... So this was another reason that I was freaked out, because my phone had died in Italy, or in Bologna that afternoon. And so we
couldn't find a plug.
Because they were a little bit different than the adapter that we had, and so we could not find a plug to charge my cell phone. And I'm like, we have no cell phone. We are alone in the train station.
All of the internet shops are closed.
And the train station is
cut off from communication with those who care about us. And I'm like, it's cool.
It was a little bit scary.
It's cool. We're not dead.
So then the sun comes up in the morning. This is the 3rd night in a row that we have not slept. And so we are like dog tired, but the sun comes up, it's like 5 in the morning, and we're like, we need to get out of this train station, because We've been there way too long.
And we had been playing gin rummy all night and all manner of card games, and I was trying to sneak sleep without her noticing.
Didn't
she was being
I'm very
watched.
vigilant.
I had a hat, and I would sit and I would lean back against the wall, and I would look to see if she was looking, and I would slowly pull the hat down over my eyes and close my eyes, and all of a sudden I'd get, "Are you sleeping?" "No, I'm not sleeping."
That was hard.
Well, that's what you did to me, sorry.
They can't feel it.
But now they know. So, anyways, I couldn't sleep, and I was so tired. So,
I was also dog tired. We
at 4 a.m. at the train station, I have to tell you this because this was hysterical to me personally. Not so much to Christina. But 3 really drunk French young guys, I'm gonna guess they were students maybe, stumbled in, and they were sitting right outside of the waiting room area where we were, and they were just chilling on the platform. They weren't doing anything, but they were speaking in French. And I was so tired, I could swear to God that I was understanding what they were talking about. This guy was telling this other guy about his girlfriend and her stupid dog, and how it was this little tiny thing that always yipped and barked at him, and how he hated it.
Anyways, we visit the town. The park is lovely. Trento in the daytime is gorgeous, so if you want to go there, you should. But then we're hungry. We're so hungry. And the only thing is a vending machine on the platform because the cafe is still not open. Nobody's still at this train station.
Yeah, there's no one to buy tickets from even.
Yeah.
So we're just planning on getting on the next train. Well, but a train did finally appear on the board at 6, and it was going to Austria, and I was like, I don't care, we're getting on that train.
We had tickets all the way to Austria because we bought them in Bologna, but we didn't know what train we were supposed to be on.
Yeah, but the first one that said Austria was the one we got on.
Anyways, we get to this vending machine, and we see a bag of crisps or chips, whatever you want to call them.
Chips,
and a soda, and it's Fanta, but it's one that we've never seen before, and we're like, yeah, let's try it. We're game.
Brown, and the picture on it looked like a bar of chocolate.
It was like brown and green, and we were like, that looks interesting.
I was like, chocolate soda. I've had that. I love chocolate soda. Yes. So we get
this Fanta, and we get this bag of chips, and we
big mistake.
We get mauled by a bird who was desperate for our chips, and we shared one with him. And
which was fine because those chips were nasty.
They were terrible. I don't even know what flavor they were.
They were
bad.
Tomato and something else, but they were not good.
They were not good, and I think they'd been in the vending machine for a while.
Probably.
So we try the chips, they're bad. We give the rest of them to the bird, who was very pushy, so we gave them to him anyway.
The bird was like literally this close to my face, people.
Then we try this drink. And it is Ghiotto, which now that I speak Italian, I can tell you is not chocolate, it's myrtle root.
Which, if you've never had it, it's gross. It's bitter.
It is bitter.
And it's nasty.
Oh, gosh.
And it tastes a little bit like vomit.
So we each took a drink of that and we poured it out, and not even our pushy little bird friend would drink the myrtle root soda.
Nope.
So we finally get on the train, we get to Austria, we get our tickets from Austria to Rosenheim, which is where our friends were picking us up, and we get there, and it was just like falling into the arms of your mom or dad. She picked us up, and at this point, I'm gonna say 4 days we've been traveling, we haven't slept, we haven't really eaten, and we stink. We smelled so bad.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we tried to clean up a little bit as much as we could, but
it wasn't much. And so we stink. And she just, Heike gave us the biggest hugs, the warmest welcome.
Are you okay? What do you need? What can I get for you?
She had already gone to the grocery store.
Groceries for you, because where we were staying was actually with her
sister and
brother-in-law. They had a little flat above their house that was, had a kitchen and bathroom and everything, and they were letting us stay there for free, but
which was amazing.
She's like, I got some food for you. Do you guys need anything?
She's like, this'll last you for today, and then we'll go back to the grocery store tomorrow. And she opens up the trunk, and the trunk is full of groceries.
I don't know what she thought we were going to eat, but she literally thought we had been starving to death.
Which we had. I mean, she wasn't wrong.
She wasn't wrong, but we weren't that. We weren't going to eat that much food.
We didn't eat that much food the entire, 7 days we were there. And she kept asking us every day, do we need to get you more food? Do we need to get more food?
And then
we're
she
like,
didn't
no, you don't.
So the rest of it should probably go on episode.
Yeah. So, but I want to wrap this up by saying, all of that to say, the best way to beat jet lag is to stay up for 4 days in a row. Because by the time you finally get to go
that
to
whole
sleep,
story was about beating jet lag.
Beating
just
jet
so
lag.
you guys know.
by the time you finally get to go to sleep, which was 10 o'clock the night that we got into Germany.
No,
we didn't get to
we didn't get home till 10 o'clock that night.
No, that's true. It was like 11 or 11:30 or something like that. We went to bed at like 11 or 11:30 when we finally got home from dinner. Because they took us out to dinner and they were wonderful hosts and it was
And
fabulous.
that'll be a funny story next episode.
But we get home and we crashed and woke up at 7, bright as rain. Not a problem.
So great.
We
That's
felt
amazing.
we were so refreshed, and you know what? No jet lag whatsoever. So here's my method: if you're going to beat jet lag, you have to stay up for at least 24 hours, and apparently 4 days is better.
Just no. Here's the deal. Just stay up until you pass out from exhaustion. Jet lag beaten.
But
there you go.
don't fall asleep in the afternoon. If you're gonna pass out, make sure it's at night, because then you'll wake up at a decent time. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you for sharing this video with all your friends. Let's go on an adventure.